All right, let's get started. Welcome, 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 everybody. So glad to see you guys here on this Saturday session of Time to Tell the Truth series. This is what we've been doing for several weeks now, a number of weeks now, and we are so excited to be here to share this powerful information. Just hope is eye-opening, all of that, awakening, because we need to know the truth about everything, right? And there used to be a show back in the day where the people would stand up. Uh, Tells my age, right? To tell the truth. Some of y'all too young for that. But anyway, this is where we try to do our own research in so many different areas and come up with different topics that we believe are important and personal to each and every one of us. So let's get started. My name, for those of you that don't know who I am, is Dr. Rosalind Shaw Belt. Affectionately, I'm called Dr. Roz. And I do have company's CEO of Dream to Life. It's Productions Ministry, LLC, nonprofit. I'm a wife. During the course of this session, you may see him walk in, right? A wife, musician, a bunch of other stuff. But I'm a certified wellness coach, and the credentials are with a company by the name of Akana, where I have a certified Akanapreneur and lifestyle consultant, actually under the Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0 tutorage of Dr. Eric Prince, naturopathic doctor. And I'm excited about that because that has led me into this journey to be able to increase my learning, increase my understanding, and share it with others. But today's topic, I think, is so important: healing the brain from the inside out. I just believe we've got to get this message out. We've got to share it. And if you've ever missed any of these other sessions, because we've covered a lot of different topics, from high blood pressure to cancer to diabetes to so many topics. Last week, a couple of times, we shared information about what they don't teach in medical school. And so you can find us on YouTube and see the entire channel, the entire playlist of things. But today, we're dealing with healing the brain from the inside out. So let's get going and make sure that we really, really get this information.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 Americans face a mental health challenge every year? That's millions of people, maybe even you or someone you love. But there's a secret weapon we don't talk about enough. Let's face it, life can get heavy. Whether it's stress from school, work, or just everyday worries, mental health matters for everyone. In fact, Americans spend $188 billion a year on treatments and medications. But here's the secret. One of the best tools for mental health is something simple: talking. Reaching out to a friend, family member, or even writing in a journal can make a huge difference. You don't have to solve everything alone. Sharing your feelings, even the tough ones, is a sign of strength, not weakness. So next time you're feeling down, remember, you have a secret weapon. Use your voice. Start the conversation. You're never alone, and help is always closer than you think. Let's break the silence and support each other, because mental health is everyone's business. It's also important to remember that mental health challenges can include serious brain disorders like dementia and Alzheimer's. These conditions affect memory and thinking, and can be incredibly tough for both those diagnosed and their families. Support and understanding are crucial. Let's stand together for everyone facing mental health challenges.
So it's important. That's you. By now, you totally understand what I'm talking about. That this is a very important topic that we're sharing today, and we hope that it will be a blessing to you and your loved ones.
Did you know
So mental health issues are increasing daily. And it's unfortunate that it's becoming the norm. And I just don't think it should be the norm. It should be something that's extra that may be happening, rarely that it happens, but it's becoming so common in all of our families. We all know someone that's dealing with a mental health issue, whether it's by the way of depression or all the way to dementia and Alzheimer's. And so we're spending a lot of money, $188 billion yearly, on treatments and medication. But here's my concern, and that's why I do this series: treatments and medications is not solving the issue. So we've got to heal the brain from the inside out. We need to heal the brain way before it becomes critical, because nearly 1 in 5 Americans are facing some form of mental health challenge. And so we really can call it an invisible epidemic. See, $1.1 billion are being, if people are affected with mental health problems impacting billions. That's with the B, guys, worldwide. $71 billion spent as it relates to depression costs. Annual spending on depressive disorders, and that's a lot of medication. And then 90% gut serotonin, percentage of the body's serotonin found in the gut. So mental health issues have become an invisible epidemic. I mean, we're living our lives, we wake up one moment and bam, we're plagued with it. So conventional approaches often fail to address the root causes. And I really have to say, in being transparent, I hate the fact that we don't deal with the root causes. We deal with the symptoms. We're being treated with just the symptoms that are taking place and not being told to deal with the root causes.
I think what's really important for people to understand is that the same way, if you were depressed, you can make yourself sick. You can also do the opposite. You can create a mind state and a mentality of healing as well, too. And quite often what happens with people is that we're so engorged in the idea of lack. We're so engorged in the idea of that were passed down through us through generation, through habits, through our parents, through our teachers, that we sort of take all of this programming and we say to ourselves that this is who I am. We identify with it. And once we identify with it, it becomes who we are.
So we accept some things. Let's just say it that way, right? And we accept what every doctor, and I won't throw all doctors under the bus, but we accept just for face value. I want you to heal yourself. And you heal yourself starting with knowledge. One of the things we've got to do is break down the body-brain barrier. How many of you ever heard of that, the body-brain barrier? Because there's a concept of this body-brain barrier from the ages that made it seem like it was bulletproof. And for years, scientists believed that this BBB, we're going to call it, acted like a fortress, completely protecting the brain from harmful substance in the bloodstream. But now, get this, and this gets me because it takes them years to change what they're saying, and they really never say, oh, excuse me, we lied. Excuse me, we didn't know any better. I mean, remember back in the day, we smoked a cigarette, we were waiting to get grown so you could get a cigarette in your mouth, and then one day they slapped the label on there and said, oh, excuse us, this causes cancer. See, this research takes too long. We got to do the research ourselves and listen to some other type experts that don't just rely on medication. New research shows that it's more like a smart filter than a concrete wall. And what we eat can influence how well or how poorly it works. So what is the blood-brain barrier? Maybe you're like me, had never heard of it until I started getting into this wealth and healing and wealth arena. I'd never heard of the blood-brain barrier. But it's a barrier in our lives and in our bodies that God made that does one or two things. Allows helpful nutrients in, like oxygen, glucose, and amino acids, but it also has the job to keep toxins, bacteria, and harmful substance out, protecting the brain from potential dangers. So it's a network of tightly packed cells lining the blood vessels in the brain. And that's what its job. Its job is to either strengthen us or weaken us. Now that's the catch. Because certain foods and chemicals strengthen the blood-brain barrier. And there are other foods and chemicals that weaken the protective barrier. Now, if we don't know the difference, if we've never heard that before, if nobody's ever told us that, guess what? It's very likely. Matter of fact, it's very probable. Matter of fact, it's happening that we're eating foods that are weakening the blood-brain barrier. And that's one of the major reasons why we have so many mental issues depression, all kinds of things that we're going through here that we actually can take control of. So I don't know about you, I'm ready to take control of it, right? And so there's some foods that weaken the BBB, the blood-brain barrier: processed sugars, refined carbs, artificial dyes and additives, trans fats, inflammatory oils. As I was doing this research and studying for this, one of the topics I decided that I'm going to teach on in the weeks to come, because this one I'm going to probably teach on in 2 parts, because this is going to be part 1, because I still have some more stuff to share with you guys. But eventually we're going to talk about those artificial dyes, and we're going to talk about all of that. But when we consistently, now watch that word, consistently. I'm not talking about you can't have it every now and then. No, I'm not trying to go there. But most of us, these foods that are weakening the blood-brain barrier, we eat daily, we eat weekly, we eat not sometimes, but all the time. And when we consistently eat these, it can cause inflammation in the body. And over time, this inflammation disrupts the BBB. And then it allows unwanted toxins to enter into the brain. And that's when we see brain fog, memory loss, mood disorders, and then an increased risk of Alzheimer and neurodegenerative disease. But then there are foods that help protect the blood-brain barrier. And those are the ones that need to be on our plate every now and then. Those are the ones that we need to have in the refrigerator and start moving some stuff out and moving some stuff in. We need the omega-3 fats. Let me tell you something. Every time you drive through the drive-through of your favorite hamburger, chicken, whatever kind of place that's called a fast food restaurant, you're getting omega-6. We've got overdose and overload in omega-6 and not enough omega-3. And you think about the people in your life and in your family, in your village, that are wrestling with any kind of mental issues, and think about what their diet has been. How much have they had of flax and chia and walnuts and wild salmon, berries, leafy greens, turmeric, green tea, dark chocolate, olive oil, sauerkraut, kimchi, garlic, and oats? I've seen some people that have reached the age over 100 years, and one of the things that they always say they eat is garlic. See, there's some benefits of the brain protective foods. It keeps the BBB tight. Now, you heard me give you a definition of the blood-brain barrier, right? It's to keep some things in and keep some things out. But if it's not tight, then it's allowing the wrong things to get in. And now, therefore, we're dealing with these brain and these memory situations. So keeping it tight and protective maintains its integrity. Supporting gut health improves the gut-brain connection. We're going to talk about that in a minute. The lower inflammation, it reduces cellular damage. So these foods lower inflammation. Because remember, we did a session on inflammation. Inflammation is the key, guy. Inflammation is the culprit. And we support gut health and keep the BBB tight and protected. Now, what if we knew this when we were, I'm 64. I should have known this in my 20s, in my teens. So that's why I'm challenging you to get this information out to those that are younger than you. Oh, they may not want to hear it right now, but let me tell you something. We all get to a certain age if God allows us to still be here. And so the sooner you know this, the less likely it is to happen to you, because we're not talking about what's genetic, because it happened to your mom and your grandmama and your great-grandmama. What's genetic is what we don't know, because we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So the bottom line is, the blood-brain barrier is not a wall. It's not a solid wall. It can be penetrated, but we want it to be a solid wall. But really, it's a gatekeeper. It functions as a selective gatekeeper, but guess what? You're the boss. You are in control. We can't blame nobody. Can't blame the doctor. We can't blame your family members because they didn't tell you. No. We've got to heal ourselves. God made this body to heal itself. You're the boss. You control the gatekeeper through your diet. The blood-brain barrier is not a wall. It's a gatekeeper. And you are the gatekeeper's boss in every bite you eat. And I'm hoping that once you see this, once you understand this that I'm sharing today, every time you pick up your fork, you're going to think about what the gatekeeper is saying to you. You're going to think about, is this helping my blood-brain barrier, or is this weakening my blood-brain barrier? Now, you may still do it. You may still eat it, but at least you won't be doing it in the blind. Every bite sends a signal to either lock the gate and protect your brain or leave it open to damage it. Your fork is the most powerful health tool that you have. So what do? We need to eat real food. We've heard Dr. Bobby Price talk about that. We've heard Rochelle Park, some of the people that I share various videos with you of nutritionists and herbalists and naturopathic doctors. They all say the same thing: eat real food. What is real food? Food that has one word, that has one ingredient. The apple, the strawberry, the pear, the blueberry. It's real food. Food that comes from the ground that God made. Choose whole, fresh, organic options with minimal ingredients. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all know my testimony. French fry connoisseur, until I found out the ingredients that were in McDonald's fries. 16 ingredients. I don't even remember how many there are now. How many ingredients does it take to make a French fry? The potato, right? Some seasoning and some oil. That's it. What do you need 15, 16 ingredients for? To keep it yellow and to keep it frying long and to keep it... No. See, we need to read those ingredients, cut down on all the ingredients that are in everything you eat. Prioritize healthy fats, omega-3s with cold water fish and grass-fed meats. Load up on the phytonutrients. Eat deeply colored fruits and vegetables every single day. Come on, I want to see your plate. I need to see some color on your plate. Eliminate the brain toxins from the sugar and the alcohol and the food additives. Nothing has a bigger impact on your health than what you eat. We've heard it. You are what you eat. But do we really hear it? I hope that you'll get it at this point.
Top 7 foods for the brain: avocado, broccoli, turmeric, eggs, blueberries, spinach, salmon. Like and follow for more fun food facts.
Now, he threw that out there pretty quick. I hope you got that real quick. But let's talk about enemies. There's some enemies to the brain. Processed sugars. We've done a whole session, several sessions on sugar and how addictive it is. And we're not just talking about the little white sugar, but sugar is in so many things. It's in the box, it's in the bag, it's in the can, it's in a jar. Because that's how they do to keep it on the shelf, right? But that processed sugar impacts our brain health. It can lead to inflammation in the brain, potentially impairing cognitive function and contributing to mood disorders. And here we are giving it to our kids, giving it to our young people with their cereals and all the kinds of things, with the canned sodas. I mean, some of us used to be addicted to a canned Coke every single day, multiple times a day. Sodas, candy, baked goods. I know, don't shoot the messenger. I know you love them. I know they taste good. But listen, they were created to kill us. It's intentional. The packaged foods contain high amounts of processed sugars. Turn the label around, and every time you see a word that ends in OSE, fructose, glucose, although it doesn't say sugar, but that's sugar. High amounts of processed sugars. It's okay to get some sugar if you got the sugar that came from the tree, came from the pear, came from, the fruits that are sweeter than others, the banana. But these are processed sugars that are done in a laboratory, and they're more harmful to you, and they harm the brain function over time. There's a reason why we see older people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s and going to their 90s that are becoming patients, that are in the hospital, that are having to live with our children because of dementia and Alzheimer. Long-term effects, regular consumption of processed sugars has been linked to increased risks of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative disease. These are enemies: trans fats. Trans fats, cognitive decline. Trans fats are associated with accelerated cognitive aging and reduced brain volume. Where are they found? In your fried foods, your baked foods, your processed snacks. Come on now. All the stuff we've been doing. Trans fats harm both the cardiovascular, the heart, and the brain health, creating a double negative impact. Is anybody getting angry? Angry at the people that didn't tell you this? You ought to. And get angry at yourself and make sure that you're upset enough to do something about it. These are enemies to the brain, highly refined carbs. They cause brain fog. See, it doesn't have to be something so detrimental, but sometimes when that brain fog comes, listen, it should be an eye-opener. I've got to do something. Blood sugar spikes, causes energy crashes and mood swings, and then long-term damage is cognitive decline over time. So highly refined carbs like white bread, pasta, processed cereals. I know you like Frosted Flakes, yeah, and they can cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, leading to brain fog and reduced cognitive performance. Over time, these blood sugar fluctuations can continue and contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain. It's in the brain, guys. Artificial additives. We're going to do a session on nothing about the artificial additives, the colors. You know, just recently in the United States, they just banned one of the colors. And these colors have been banned in other countries for years. And then we have the nerve just to ban one of them. No, something's wrong with that picture. Artificial additives that enter the body through the processed foods. The blood-brain barrier, some of the additives can cross that protective barrier, and then they may disrupt normal brain function and the neurotransmitter activity in your brain, leading to potential links to attention disorders and cognitive issues. The brain enemies. These are enemies to the brain. Chronic dehydration. 75% brain water content. The brain is approximately 75% water, and it requires proper hydration to function optimally. Guys, hello, you got to drink water. We have to drink water. And I don't just mean a glass a day. 2% of the cognitive impact is just 2% dehydration, and it can impair attention, memory, and cognitive performance. 8 daily glasses. That's what's recommended, the minimum water take to maintain proper brain function. Even mild dehydration can significantly impact your mood, your memory, and your mental clarity. We talked about one of the previous weeks. Sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're just thirsty. Every time you're hungry, you're not really needing food. Sometimes your body's saying, I need you to drink some water. And then another enemy is sleep deprivation. Oh my God. I have to pinch myself and say, ouch. Because we don't get the right amount of sleep. Insufficient sleep prevents the brain from properly recharging. Overall health and emotional regulation deteriorate. The missed cleanup. Sleep is when the brain clears out the toxins and the waste products. And you know, some of you don't sleep well. You're tossing and turning. You're getting up in the middle of the night. You're not going through, we've talked about all the different realms of sleep. Cognitive decline, your memory, your focus, and your decision-making abilities suffer. One of the best things a child can do is get enough sleep at night before they have to go take these tests.
Food creates mood. The same way when you turn a box on its label and you start looking at all of those ingredients, and none of them sound like food. They sound like chemistry. I was a chemistry major in undergrad. And so when I look at a food label, I'm like, that same ingredient is in pink there. And this is children's cereal. And so as you start to look at these, you understand that the gut is very connected to the brain. And so because you're affecting the gut, you're causing damage to the brain.
So here I'm going to give you some daily brain healing habits, okay? So I want you to take this information and just try it. Morning hydration and nutrition. Lemon water. Start your day with some lemon water, or maybe a green smoothie, you know, with some berries and some flaxseed and some spinach. And y'all know, I don't like stuff that don't taste good, so put what you need in it to make it taste good, right? You can put something, it may look green, but it can definitely taste good with those berries or strawberries and blueberries, and add a banana in there. You can make it taste good along with the spinach or the kale. Yeah, green smoothie or lemon water. You often see people at restaurants and they bring you the water out, and then you ask for, okay, can you give me some lemons too? Brain boosting snacks, walnuts, blueberries, snack on them. Put them in a bag, a handful of them in a bag, so that you can carry them with you when you're riding, when you're driving. So if you're like me and you're not tempted tempted to stop and get something that you don't need.
Sure, what can we eat? I'm gonna tell you, this is one category of fruit that cultural approves of. You can eat this all the time. Stick around, I'm gonna share with you. Here's the first berry. We're gonna talk about strawberries, guys. First of all, antioxidants. Come on, antioxidants helps to do away with these free radicals, right? This free radical damage, but it's still with vitamin C, guys. Vitamin C is amazing. But let me tell you what I learned about strawberries that I did not know. It has a high level of potassium. It lowers the rate of mental decline because of its potassium level. So increase the blood flow to the brain. Vitamin C, antioxidants, slowing the mental decline. Okay, I'll get you some strawberries today, please. Get you.
I love that. Go get you some strawberries today, please. All right. Here's another daily brain healing habit. Spice up your cooking. Now, I know that's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't like spicy food. But for those of you that can deal with spicy food, turmeric, use some turmeric in your cooking. It's anti-inflammatory properties, have that vibrant yellow color. Black pepper combined with black pepper enhances turmeric absorption, and it adds complementary flavor. It's all about the flavor. When I cook plant-based foods, I always use plenty of good seasoning, not salt, but a lot of good seasonings and herbs and use sea salt. When I use salt, and sea salt, just anything else that's really natural, right? Then there are healthy beverages that you could be doing for daily brain healing habits. Green tea. Drink your green tea instead of a sugary drink. Herbal teas. Drink your herbal teas instead of your sugary drinks. And then the ultimate brain bowl. Let's use quinoa. Let's use tahini drizzle. Let's use kale and avocado and chickpeas. Oh my goodness. Make you a whole bowl. Beautiful, beautiful thing. And let me tell you, I'm telling you again, don't knock it until you try it. Just season it real well, and you'll probably love it if you're like a person that likes seasoned food. So now let's talk about some essential brain body supplements, right? Because yes, there's sometimes we need certain supplements. We need multivitamins that we're not getting in our foods because sometimes we cook the vitamins out of it. Anytime you cook it, the best way to get it, is to eat it raw. But when we cook it, when we saute it, all these things, boil it, we take out some of the nutrients, your B vitamins, your vitamin C, your magnesium, your omega-3 fatty acids. Let's look at this for a second, right? Because even the best diet, sometimes these supplementals are essential for optimal brain function. So let's look at the multivitamin, okay? So we want to get a high quality multivitamin where we've got premium ingredients for maximum bioavailability and effectiveness. High potency. The foundation needs to be essential base for your supplement regimen. I love getting things that I've known that somebody else is using. I love to get referrals, right? I'm not trying to figure it out for myself. If somebody else is using it and they're saying it's giving them results, it's caused things to change in their body, I'm more likely to lean towards that than just, up and guessing on my own. Looking at how many stars stuff has, looking at those, the comments that other people are making about it. Magnesium. All right. So glycinate form, highly absorbable form that promotes relaxation and calmness. Threonate form, specifically designed to close the blood-brain barrier to give you that optimum brain health. We got to work on this blood-brain barrier. Remember, it's not a wall. It's a gateway. Okay. It's going to either let it in or keep it from coming in, prevent it from coming in. Magnesium promotes calmness. Magnesium helps with your brain health. So it's an essential brain body supplement, along with B vitamins. B vitamins, yep. Methylfolate, technically, all these technical terms, methylcobalamin, you don't have to be able to pronounce them to be able to use them. I'm just saying, okay? It gives your brain health, supports your cognitive function and neural development. Vitamin C. Oh, we all know about vitamin C because that's what we reach and grab when we get a cold. But sometimes we only wait until that particular time. This is an essential brain body supplement. ACE, that you've heard people, ACE, we all need vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Vitamin C, 500 milligrams. That's the minimum daily dose. The optimum daily dose is 1,000 milligrams. 100% inflammation reduction. You're dealing with inflammation in your body. Listen, vitamin C ought to be in your cabinet. And then, as I said before, omega-3 fatty acids. Those omega-3s help with your brain function. It supports the cognitive performance, the mental clarity. It's essential for building blocks for neural membranes, and it has high EPA and DHA, the most beneficial forms of omega-3s. So even other supplements like Beyond Diet, even with the best diet, we got to go beyond. You know, I'm always about making the lifestyle, being sure what we put on our plate, the 80-20. If you're still a meat eater and I'm still a meat eater, 20% meat, 80% all the vegetables and the green leafy vegetables and the reds and the purples and the oranges, orange colors, right? Even with the best diet, these supplements are essential for optimal brain function. These key nutrients work together to support cognitive performance and neurological health. And this carefully selected combination provides comprehensive support for brain-body wellness. We need brain-body wellness. We gotta nick this thing. We gotta nick this thing. So here's a little quiz I put together here. So I want you to get ready. You can either put in the chat or you can write a piece of paper on the side. And I want you to look at these 25. Maybe you can take a piece of paper and write down from 1 to 25 right now. I'll give you a few seconds to do that, 1 to 25. And you don't have to write down all the words, but just we're going to go through them one at a time. And for each food, I want you to put BB or BD. Is it a brain boost or is it a brain drain? In other words, if it boosts the brain, it supports your brain health. If it drains your brain, then it may harm your brain function. All right, here we go. So, number 1, blueberries. Blueberries. Is it a brain boost or brain drain? Boost or drain? B, well, you can just put B or D. You don't have to put BB or BD. Just put B or D. Is it a boost or is it a drain? Number 2, red 40 food dye. Red 40 food dye. Is that a boost or a drain? I promise you, I'm going to teach on this whole these colors. Start looking at the back of your label and see, do you see red 40 on there? You'll be surprised at what foods have red 40. Anybody used to love your M&Ms? Did you eat one? No. You ate the whole thing. And then they increased the size of the package and you ate that whole package. And you got colors. Colors, that's all they were. They're colors. Dyes. Is it a B or a D? Number 3, avocados. Avocados. Some of you love avocados. You're good. You love your avocados. Some of you, because of your blood type, maybe you can't have avocados or you're not supposed to have avocados all of the time. Not what you do all the time is what you do sometimes. Is it a B or a D? A B or a D? A brain boost or a brain drain? Margarine. Margarine. Hydrogenated oils. Number 4. Margarine. Is it a B or is it a D? Okay. Number 5. Walnuts. Walnuts. What about walnuts? Is it a B or is it a D? You can put it in the chat if you like, or you can put it on your paper for you to look at later. Either way, but I want to know what you think about that. Is it a B or is it a D? Okay. Number 6, soda. We just talked about the soda. Probably gave that one away already, right? Because, I mean, I was a big red drinker. Every time we went on a trip, gotta have my Big Red. You can't hardly find Big Red now. You go there, you gotta look all over the shelf to try to find Big Red. But no matter what kind it is, even those of you that say, oh, I just drink zero Coke, or I drink low fat, or whatever you call it, diet Coke, and diet Pepsi, I don't care. I don't care if diet, low, zero. Is it a B or is it a D? Okay. That's some of y'all thinking, what is wrong with this girl right here? Is it a B or a D? Number 7, dark leafy greens, like your kale, like your spinach. I know everybody's gonna get this one right, right? Is it a brain boost or is it a brain drain? Is it a B or is it a D? Okay, I see you. I see you writing. I see you writing. Yeah. Is it a B or a D for your dark leafy greens? I need to see some B's. I need to see some B's. I need to see some B's. Okay. Now, number 8, white bread. Do I have any bread lovers in the room? White bread. Yeah, those beautiful rolls when you're sitting there at the restaurant and the aroma, the steam just goes through your nostrils. But is it a B or a D? What am I saying? I'm saying I want you to think about this the next time you're just loving it. It's so succulent. But is it boosting your brain or is it draining your brain? Okay. Number 9, chia seeds. Chia seeds. Is it a B or a D? Is it a brain boost or a brain drain? Chia seeds. Number 10, processed cheese slices. I bet you I got some cheese lovers in here. You can't have a hamburger unless you have some cheese. You can't have some spaghetti unless you have some cheese. Oh, the list goes on and on. You can't have some lasagna. Processed cheese slices. Is it though a B or a D? Do you understand this is why some cultures are having more problems than others? Some states, some zip codes, some countries like the United States. Okay. Number 11, broccoli. Broccoli. I didn't come up eating broccoli. In my neighborhood, that wasn't something that we ate. That was something that the other folk ate. I don't know who told us that. It's a vegetable for everybody. It's right there in the produce section. It doesn't say for black or for white or for this. No. Okay. Is it a B or a D? Does it boost the brain or drain the brain? Number 12. Do I have to say it? Fried foods. Like fried French fries or fried chicken. Do I have to say that one? Is it a B or a D? Guys, listen. Do we understand? Is anybody getting this and recognize why, especially our culture? Can I talk about us? Why we are the victims. We love our fried foods. And we say, ain't nobody gonna stop me from eating my fried food. Well, go ahead. But it's not is it boosting your brain or is it draining your brain? Fried foods. Turmeric. Okay, turmeric. Is it boosting or draining? All right. Microwave popcorn. Oh my goodness. Microwave popcorn. Somebody, uh-oh. I hear you. Microwave popcorn. I thought
Microwave.
you thought it was good, right? You thought it was good for you, but I'm sorry. And we talked about this earlier. Microwave popcorn. Is it a B or a D? Brain boost or brain drain? Microwave popcorn. Eggs. Pasture raised. Yeah, see, it's being very, very specific. Pasture raised eggs. Is it a B or is it a D? Is it brain boost or brain drain? Number 16, candy. Okay, I've given that one away because I've already talked about the candy with the artificial colors. Oh, you M&M's lovers. Yes, your what's that one? Star whatever, star something. With all the different colors. Oh, Now-a-laters. Remember those back in the day? Yeah, all the different colors. Okay, just told my age, right? 17, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Is that a brain boost or a brain drain? Okay, write it down, put it in the chat, make a mental note, whatever it is. Ramen noodles. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Bad girl. Ramen noodles. Because you know what? You know why we did the ramen noodles? 5 for $1. That's why. Girl, you got to feed all them kids. Go get some ramen noodles. Well, is it a brain boost or brain drain? with the flavor packet. See, the noodles might not have been so bad, but the flavor packets, oh, that just took it to the top, right? And some of you would save those packets to use because you needed double put up. Okay, I just told on you. Pumpkin seeds, number 19, pumpkin seeds. Is that a B or a D? Is that a B or a D? Brain boost? Does it boost the brain or drain the brain? Energy drinks. Oh, now that's got to be right. That's got to be good because it's on television. Gatorade, they're giving it to the athletes, right? While they're out there on the field and they're dropping dead. They're dropping with heart attacks. Then I would tell you something. Energy drinks. You know, we need to cut them out with our kids playing out there in the sun, high school, elementary. That's where we started. We started with elementary. They're playing sports, playing tennis, playing all these baseball, whatever. But is it a boosting the brain or draining the brain? Number 21, dark chocolate. 70% or higher, dark chocolate. That's what we're talking about. Dark chocolate, dark chocolate. Boost brain, drain brain. B or D? I can't see nobody responding. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, you just don't want nobody, you don't want to know. Okay, but here's the messenger. Number 22, fruit snacks with corn syrup. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. Those all them little colors. What do they call them? I can't. I'm getting brain freeze when I'm talking about these things. I can see them because that's the stuff we used to eat all the time. brain draining, or brain boosting. Which one? Salmon, wild caught. There's a reason that's being very, very specific because you could have farm raised versus wild caught. But now we're talking about which one is best. Which one is best? Does it boost the brain or does it drain the brain? Ice cream. That's that thing that wakes you up in the middle of the night and tells you to go to the refrigerator, go to the freezer. Oh, that's that thing we buy by the half gallon, and in a couple of days, the whole thing is gone. Oh, of course, that's nobody here. But does it drain or boost? You've got some loved ones, you know. The truck comes by, ice cream truck. Remember us kids? We went out there. We started back then, and we continued as grown folks. Boosting the brain or draining the brain? Which one? And then last one, green tea. Green tea. Okay. Now, just in case you might have wondered about some, let's look at the answers. Okay? Let's look at the answers and see and make sure that we know which ones boost or drain the brain. All right, so let's go. Blueberries. B, boost. Yay. We need blueberries. Red 40 dye. No. Avocados. Yes. Margarine. No. Draining. Walnuts. Boosting. Soda. Draining. Dark leafy greens. Boosting. White bread. Draining. Chia seeds. Boosting. Processed cheese. Draining. Broccoli. Boosting. Fried foods. Sorry, draining. Turmeric. Boosting. Microwave popcorn. I know you're at home, you feel like you're at the movies. Draining. Eggs, pasture raised. Boosting. Candy with dyes, of course. Draining. Olive oil. Boosting. Ramen noodles. Oh God. Draining. Pumpkin seeds. Boosting. Thumbs up. Energy drinks. Draining. Dark chocolate. Boosting. Fruit snacks. Nope. Draining. Salmon wild. Boosting. Artificial flavored ice cream. Boost. Draining, excuse me. Draining. Don't care if it's chocolate, vanilla, butter pecan, no matter what it is, right? And last, green tea. Boosting. So,
my top 10 favorite brain foods for better focus, better retention, and memory, better thinking. And this is in the area of neuronutrition, that your brain actually has specific nutrient requirements different than the rest of your body. The first are avocados. Number 2, blueberries, antioxidants, very neuroprotective. Third, broccoli, good source of vitamin K, also good fiber. Number 4, olive oil. Number 5 is eggs, good for your brain. Eggs, neuroprotective, good source of vitamin E. Number 6, green leafy vegetables. Kale, spinach. 7th, wild salmon, good source of omega-3s, DHA. 8, turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory, helps reduce inflammation in your body. Number 9, walnuts, wonderful snack, high in vitamin E. 10th, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, it has to be dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. What tends to be good for your mood will be good for your mind.
So now we're going to go with part 2 of this next week. But before I go, if we know that we have been over our lifespan, been doing the wrong stuff, then that blood-brain barrier has been weakened. And our chances of dealing with these different mental issues is higher. But we can do something about it. It's called detox. You got to detoxify the body. And I don't care who you do it from, who you get with somebody. If you're watching this, find out at DM, call somebody who told you, who loved you enough for you to see this. If you stumbled upon it, just ask the question, how do I detox? Where do I start? Here's a way to start with a 4-day. This one's not even hard to do. It's just drinking a tea for 4 days while you eat a light protein diet. There's some others that are a little more intense with 7 days and 21 days where you eat raw the whole time. But you got to start somewhere, because when you do this, matter of fact, we got a whole group that we're getting ready to start Sunday night. But you're going to boost the digestive system. You're going to regulate your appetite, reduce those cravings. I know we crave for certain things, guys, but I need you to understand that they intentionally put stuff in there so you will crave for it. Support that detoxification, your liver, eliminate the fat-soluble toxins, alkalize the body, because disease cannot dwell in an alkaline environment. That's what Dr. Sebi told us years ago. They got rid of him, whatever happened, right? And we just had the loss of another doctor who was really changing people's lives by having them to detox their body, alkalize the body, improve your gut, because the gut and the brain, they call the gut the second brain, is something related. And we're going to get into that more even on next week. So be here at the same time, same place, same station. But it's very easy. Just take this tea bag, put it in 40 ounces of water. Well, heat the water up first, let it boil, and then drop it in there. Let it steep about 8 hours, put it in the refrigerator, and then start drinking 8 ounces once a day. Now, if you choose, you can do 4 ounces twice a day. I suggest 8 ounces at one time because it doesn't taste good. It's called bitter for a reason. But it gets the job done. And then you stay clear of sugar and refined carbs, and because that can hamper the overall effectiveness. So it's not about suffering. It's about being strict. It's about resetting our body. Break the cycle. Listen to our body again. Build a new relationship with food. And as I said to you, the next time you take your fork, put it up to your mouth, I need you to think about it. Is this a brain boost? Or is this a brain drain? All right, we're going to see you next week.